everyone. I'm Maddie from Temple of Geek here with Chris DeMoulin, CEO of Comikaze.
Hi, Maddie. Hi, Maddie.
How are you today?
I'm having fun. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, thank you. Can you tell our audience a little bit about yourself and what it is you do here at Comikaze?
Sure. Well, she said my name is Chris DeMoulin, and I am the general manager of the show. I run the show, and I've been working here on and off since 2012, which was our second year. The show started in 2011, so it's our 9th anniversary. And so I basically work on everything all year long, from helping put the guest list together to selling booths to exhibitors to, doing the marketing that lets people buy tickets so they know what's going on, so they'll come and enjoy the show.
All right, very cool. Thank you. So how long does it take to plan an event like this?
It is a year-long process. We'll spend the next month or two sort of looking over everything we did to understand it. We'll meet with all of our sponsors, Hot Topic, Legion M, LG, understand what their experience was. We do fan surveys to understand what they liked and what, particularly what guests they would like to see next year, because that's a big thing. I mean, this year we had both the Office reunion and the SpongeBob SquarePants were directly from last year's fan survey. They were both in the top 3 of things that the fans wanted from last year. We talked to the exhibitors to understand how they did, and then really starting in January we start building the show from scratch, and it takes us 9 to 10 months to do that.
Oh, wow. All right. Very cool. So how much manpower does that all take?
Well, full-time staff, we have 8 or 9 people, but by the time we get to the show here, there's probably 150.
Oh, okay. Very cool. Thank you.
So we're a good employer for the city of Los Angeles.
Shameless plug. I love it. So we're already on the last day of the convention. And usually the convention is on the same weekend as Halloween. This year, we're obviously a few weeks before, and we already have dates set for September. Is there a special reason why?
Yes. I mean, for those of you that don't work in the trade show industry, consumer shows have to sort of work around the dates that business shows have, because the business shows through the Convention and Visitors Authority work with the hotels, and they bring in lots of people who stay in the hotels. Because we're local and we're largely attended by locals, we don't drive a lot of business into the hotels. And so because of that, when a big business trade show comes in, we have to sort of wiggle our dates around. And so that's why we always try to be sometime in October, but the best date for us next year was that last weekend in September. But for those of you who are concerned, we will still have the free trick-or-treating for kids.
Yay, awesome, very cool. So of all the years that you've been running this convention, what has been your greatest takeaway?
For me, the most important thing about this show, I think 2 things. Number one is that everything we do, the filter that we use for everything is the fans. I mean, we think of ourselves, we're actually at this point probably the largest independent comic convention in the United States. And everything we do is by fans, for fans. Everyone who works here, myself included, are fans of probably multiple genres that you'll find on the floor. And so it really is about making sure that the people who come here have a magical, wonderful experience. And I think one of the things that expresses that is our main stage, where all our best content is. At most cons, you have to leave the convention and go wait in line for 2 or 3 hours to go see the really cool stuff. We put our main stage right in the middle of the show floor. So whatever it is, you can be shopping, talking to your friends, doing cosplay, whatever. And when the thing that you really want to see happens on the main stage, you just turn around and walk over to it. And I think that accessibility for fans is super important to us.
Very cool. It is. Yes. Thank you so much for that. Who would be your dream guest to bring to the convention? So not for the fans, not for us, but for you.
Me. Well, I will say, and my staff would agree with this, that we got my dream guest this year, because it was Tom Kenny, who's the voice of SpongeBob. And I was talking to him yesterday and explaining that, I have 2 kids. They're now in their 20s, but when they were little, we spent literally hundreds of hours, my wife and I and the 2 kids, cuddled up on the couch watching every single episode of SpongeBob over and over and over again. And it was literally true to say that he and his talent and the talent of his fellow cast members infused its energy into the life of my family more than anything else. And so I was so excited when he said he would come. I was so excited to get to meet him. And, and I try not to geek out too much as a fan, but I did have to go up and ask for an autograph and a photograph, which of course I paid for.
Awesome. Very cool. I love that. That's so awesome. Very cool. So what can we look forward to for Comic-Con next year?
Just bigger and better. I think we've been growing every year, and we've really done that by listening to the fans. I think the other thing, as well as being fan-centric, is we really try to be an expression of the city of Los Angeles. I mean, we are Los Angeles's hometown convention, and Los Angeles is such a unique city. We're the center of the entertainment universe, but we're such an eclectic city with different cultures and people and this diversity. We want that to be represented on the show floor, and the fans want it represented on the show floor. So, like for instance, this year we have a much bigger anime area than we've ever had before because they asked us to incorporate that. We have a bigger horror area. Next year, we're actually expanding into the entire convention center because we've outgrown this hall. And I think what we're going to anchor over there is probably something with esports and maybe a little more gaming. So I think you're just going to see more fun than you can possibly imagine. And I encourage you to, follow us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, go to www.comiconla.com to see what we're doing. Get on our mailing list so that we can let you know what's new and what's exciting. And if you've never come before, join us next year because I think you'll have a terrific time, particularly if you have kids. I mean, it's good for kind of to geek out and be a nerd of all ages, but we're a very family-friendly con. About 30% of the people who come here bring their kids. We always try to have family programming on Sunday for that, and that's when we do the kids trick-or-treating. So if you've come before, thank you. And if you haven't come before, please come check us out next year. We'd love to have you.
Thank you so much for taking the time to talk with
Absolutely,
us,
Maddie.
and we look forward to Comic-Con next year.
Terrific.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Thanks, Maddie. What are your thoughts? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and please hit that like and subscribe button to help support our channel. If you like social media, we are posting stuff constantly on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Find us by using the handle Temple of Geek. Also, please visit our website, templeofgeek.com, where you'll find all sorts of content that digs deep into the world of geek. Thanks for watching.